Welcome back to the LEC. We have just seen Misfits take down the Mad Lions, and so we thought we would get Neon out to the bot lane and onto the desk to take a closer look at their win. And we're going to start with the draft. There is a notable inclusion here. I'm sure we're going to talk about him more in a bit. Mr. Twitch, he's been played 100% of games today. But let's start, in fact, with the beginning, because he wasn't your first pick, was he, Neon?
Well, as you can see, it wasn't. We decided to open the draft with the cat because, well, this champion is still very broken. And I mean, the whole draft was already like pre-planned by Mad Lions. Like their whole goal is to ban Severe, force me to pick Twitch because they take the Zeri away. There's only 3 AD carries that you can really play with Yuumi right now. It's the Severe, it's the best, Zeri second best, and then there's Twitch. Twitch being the most volatile one, like the highest reward, but also highest risk. And basically their goal was to pick a comp that focuses on killing me and just like goes in and kills me, you know, because I have to pick Twitch here.
But surely you feel quite comfortable playing the Twitch into Zeri. I've seen this champion be picked into Zeri every time. Is it not quite nice locking that in?
I mean, Twitch is really good into Severe Zeri, but Twitch is also like a champ that if you don't get rolling, you'll be really useless. And if the enemy team has certain champions and plays, say, well, and you don't play very well with Twitch, you'll be really useless. So it's like high risk pick. But to my luck, I've played this champ many times and I know all the risks that come with it. So I was quite comfortable knowing that it's going to be hard, but it is doable.
You're telling me you're not just a Jinx player? Oh my god, that's crazy, but I've heard that all the time. But I feel like as well, just like when you take a look at the draft, it becomes so easy to play because there's such a solid front line for you guys to just play around as well. There's so many from your teammates just setting you up. And it felt like from the early game, it was falling a little bit apart, but you managed to pick up quite a few kills as you see on the screen.
Well, the early game was always supposed to be hard because they have a lot of threat. Like the early game on me, when they play from mid lane, they have if Rakan, Vi, and Ahri group up together. It's very hard for us to play simply because we have Yuumi as well. Like Yuumi is quite weak in the early game, especially during the Herald timing, so they are supposed to get some kind of an advantage. And luckily I was able to get early kills that kind of made me like be better in the game than I should have been, and I was able to translate that into the later stages.
So what's that point in the game where you just fully, I'm gonna 1v9 this? You had an insane moment with a cleanse flash over the wall after your stopwatch as well. You get so much space as well here. We're just space gliding all over them. Was this the best Rat ERL performance you could have, or were you just better?
Oh, sorry, wait. What did you ask?
Is this just, are you just the best Twitch on the server right here or what?
I mean, okay, I think I'm really good Twitch because I've played a shit ton of these champions. So I have not picked it on stage yet because it's not always very good. But yeah, I think I'm up there on the top Twitch of the server.
So it sounds like Twitch wasn't your first choice today then. Who would you have rather played?
Well, generally, if you have Yuumi, you kind of prefer to go Severe because Severe is more OP than Twitch right now and is also more safe. It's a way better duo with Yuumi, hence why they also banned it and took the Zeri away. So yeah, as I said, this was their decision all along to play this kind of a matchup and to try and shut me down.
And they didn't, and as a result, you are our Kia Player of the Game.
Yay.
Congratulations, yay.
Thank you.
How many of these have you won?
I don't keep track.
Yeah, so quite a few. It was nothing. There was nothing. We should talk a bit about the epic Drake showdown. It came around 24 minutes, the Infernal Drake fight, because that was insane. I don't know if you can remember fully what happened. It ended with the 2v1 shutdown onto poor old Miski, but obviously we're starting with the beginning, aren't we, Goldbook?
Yeah, this felt like a matchup where it's just like they finally got close to try and pick up Neon. Well, obviously trading it quite close for 1-for-1. What's the communication like? Because it feels like this is a fight you'll go back, you'll what video it in your setup, right? And you'll be like, what's the takeaway from this? Because it feels like just hand stiff when you play out the team fight.
Well, this team fight starts off with a numbers disadvantage for us because they used like all their key ultimates to get a pick. So we were quite confident that we were still able to fight despite the members disadvantage because we had our ults right. And it was going to be hard because since we have to come into them at Drake, they're allowed to get a flank, which also happened. I got flanked from like multiple sides and died. And I mean, in the end, my team was able to clutch it out. As you guys can see, it was very close. So I think it was just like a nail-biter of a fight that kind of decided the game.
It's an interesting thing with Misfits because part of your identity, obviously, they're coming back from the deficits, the team fights, but also there's mechanical prowess there as well. And we really saw that in that team fight. What was Mateo saying on the comms as he went for that final kill on Niski?
I mean, okay, you don't really say anything because you're focused on not fucking it up, you know? So,
But he knew. There must have been like a psychic thing between you all, which is like, he's got this.
I mean,
Mercer, come in.
I think
support him
I
a
think he
bit.
smiled a little bit on the inside when he like finishes Niski off because they're both French, right? So there's like a little bit of a rivalry in between them.
Would you say that you guys are like very calm in like communications? Because when you look at Mad Lion sometimes, or even G2 back in the day, you know, there's a lot of yelling, there's a lot of jokes. What's the atmosphere of Misfits like?
Honestly, I think it's like quite calm. We don't really have yellers. And I mean, it's like, I prefer to not have anyone yell in my ear, to be honest. So, I'm quite happy.
Damn it. Okay, right. I'm not taking
We'll never
on
see
that
him with
coaching job then. We should talk about the fact that you are 4-0 now. You've had 2 fantastic weeks in terms of, well, 4-0 in terms of a win streak, I should say. Don't be confused by the fact we got the standings up on screen because obviously you played a lot more than 4 matches. You are currently in 3rd place. Now, obviously, difficult start to the split, but I feel like you were confident that you were always going to get to this place.
I can't say I was always confident we were going to get here, honestly, because making changes mid-split, it's like you're flipping a coin, you know? And I did not expect us to go 4-0 after we've made the changes. I was like thinking that maybe we need some time to calibrate ourselves to like just get to be better together. But we've had 1 week of practice and it's been going well ever since. So I'm like surprised.
So me and Veddy said earlier today, and can you fault us this? We said that we might not have thought Misfits were going to make it to playoffs. So after you saying this now, can you forgive us or?
I mean, come on, guys. You guys are casters, not pro players. So I'll catch you a slack there.
I didn't.
He didn't really expect that himself.
I sided with you guys.
Did you trust in us?
I did, and I still do, because I know best. Thank you so much for joining us, by the way,
You
Neon.
said nothing.
Exactly, I didn't say Misfits. Up next, can SK keep up on this day of upsets and take down Rogue? Let's send it over to Kajal and Dracos because we're going to go into the draft.